Good morning, everybody. Okay, just a moment. Okay. All right, so let's do a brighten our under eye. So I have literally nothing on except for my morning skincare routine. So first, I'm going to do my CCTM. Help kind of even out the blotchiness, cover up some of the blemishes. Like I've got maskne going on. It's just been a thing this year. But our CCTM is a moisturizer, so it adds extra moisture to your face versus the foundation, which does as well, but this adds more. It's a lighter coverage than the foundation, but I feel that this feels the most natural on my skin of anything I've ever tried. Okay. So you only need one pump. Take the end of your brush. And you want to start right here under your eye. And just kind of get it all around. There's so many different ways that you can apply it. But since we're specifically focusing on under eye, I wanted to focus on that. All right, and then you're going to stipple it in, which stippling is just, you're pushing it in. Doot, 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 doot. So we just did a couple of these. There were a couple of these videos today so far in the mega group. And if you're not in it, let me know. I'll get you an invite. And lots of great tips and tricks that have already been shared. Lots of information about exfoliating the cornflakes off your face, which I did this morning. All right. And right there, it has already made a huge difference. Because I kind of had some dark circles this morning. And I still do. So we're going to go in and look at those a little more. Part of that is also because I was a bad girl and didn't take all my makeup off last night. But, all right, so I still have a little extra. Just for that extra moisture on my cheeks and coverage. I'm just going to plop it on there. Just use it all. All right. And it only takes a couple moments for this to set, and then it just feels like your skin. It doesn't feel cakey at all, which is one thing that I really love about our CCTM. All right. So next, I'm going to do our Eyeluminator. Oh, I don't have the sticker on the bottom anymore. Our Eyeluminator, which is eye cream. So one, that is amazing. And two, it also has pearlizer already in it. So this is a daytime eye cream for sure. And you just pat it in. It helps to brighten. And you want to go down into a triangle because you want to pull away from the dark circles. So by detracting, by pulling it down, it pulls away. So see, there's a huge difference here. Let's go ahead and do it to the other side. And it helps with your fine lines and wrinkles. Helps diminish them. It's just makeup that's
Mommy,
good for your skin. What?
I'm in this place. I'm in this spot.
So, there's that. Do what, Tristan?
I'm in this spot.
Okay. You need to be quiet though, okay? Mommy's doing her makeup thing. next step for brightening, or a next step, you can do so many different things. You could leave it as that. You could go straight in with light candlelight ShadowSense. I'm going to go ahead and do concealers. So I'm going to mix a little bit of the light concealer and so literally just a little bit, and the white concealer. So see, just a little bit. And I'm going to take my fingers and rub them together, kind of mix them in so it creates this really pretty color. And we're going to also do the same thing that we just did with the except we're also going to put a little bit on the lid, the Eyeluminator. I'm just going to let it set for a moment. And so even right there, you can see a huge difference. Ah. Oh, that eye is going to be really bright. Oh, goodness. That's all right. It'll all blend out. So nice, bright. Definitely, I'm not seeing my under eye bags anymore. So what I just put on is I mixed light concealer and white concealer together. And I'm going to take my moisturizer brush, just that foundation brush, and just stipple it in a little more. So I have that flawless finish here. So there's that. So that's nice and super bright. So next you can take it another step further for more brightening, but also adding a little bit of color back into your cheeks. You can do Whisper Pink, you can do some Candlelight, you can do all sorts of different ones. Sandstone Pearl. I'm going to do Pink Frost because I don't actually have Whisper Pink. And same thing, you want to go in a triangle. And you can totally use your finger, or you can get a concealer brush, which would be a really good option too, because again, you're stipling it in. And this is a shadow that I'm putting on top of the concealer. Excuse me, sorry guys. It just added a whole lot more brightness and femininity. This one added a lot of more femininity because of the pink, I feel. Okay. So there's that. And then to kind of round it out, we're going to go ahead and do our eyes. So I went with a couple of colors that I know somebody does have. I'm going to go with Candy Cocoa. Which my Candy Cocoa is almost out. This was literally like my first shadow I ever purchased. And then you want to take a fluffy brush and keep it up here. If you have hooded eyes, you want to make sure you're going slightly up above the hood, and you want to keep it up here in the crease. Keep your eye open a little bit so you can see where that color is going. So there's that. I love Candy Cocoa Shimmer. It blends out really beautifully, or you can build it up and make it dark. This one It's a great one and done color too. You can put it on the rest of your lid, but I'm going to put a different color there. So that color, I'm going to do Dusk Shimmer. Yeah, girl, you just got to watch all my videos. Trust me, it took a while for me to learn too, because I had always been a powder girl, and or the pressed eye powder palettes. And then I found this, and after watching videos for like months and stalking Amanda's page and when I finally was like, okay, I need to try this. So I did, and it took it totally took some getting used to. All right, so next you can take a flat brush, you can take a denser fluffy brush, all depends on what you want to do, but being a shimmer, you don't want the little flakes to go very far. You just want to pat it in. The shadows take roughly 60 seconds to fully set before they don't budge anymore. So there's that. So just a simple look. You can take that fluffy brush from the Candy Cocoa and bring it down here too under your eye. Just a little bit. So adding a slight shadow there, or don't. Totally up to you. I'm not a huge under the eye with color girl, but there you go. There's the idea. All right. For my additional color today, so you can leave it like this, or you can add another complementary color, which is also going to be my blush color. I'm going to do Pretty in Pink. I'm just going to put a little bit right here, because a little can go a long way. And I love pink, and this is like my favorite pink altogether. So just putting it right there in that outer corner. So there's that. And then to put it on my blush brush, I'm going to go ahead and put it on a hard surface today. And this is just to add a little bit of color back to your cheeks. And even if you're wearing a mask, you'll be able to tell that there's a little bit of color, because you want your blush to come almost all the way up to your eye anyway. And around your eye, so it adds that natural color that we typically have. Okay. Don't go away yet. I'm going to use Pretty in Pink on my lips too. Okay. So next, mascara. So I didn't do my brows. I'm probably going to do my brows later. But for mascara, because of the Canuba oil or Canuba wax in here, it's good to warm it up so it goes on smoother. This is our primer, our 3-in-1 primer. So it conditions and lengthens your lashes. And what it does is it provides like a little coating, kind of like wraps each of your lashes in a blanket to keep them safe. And yeah, healthy. All right. Debating on eyeliner. I think I'm going to hold off on eyeliner. So for the primer, you want to let it sit for, 30, 60 seconds. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to dry out my lips. And I'm going to put that Pretty in Pink shadow. On my lips. So now this will take a little more than a minute and it'll dry down to a matte and it'll stay. It doesn't stay quite as long as Lip Sense, but really depending on the Lip Sense and your pH balance, it can last a little longer. But for me personally, it stays roughly about 4 to 5 hours. So, all right, grab the other mascara. All right, so this one is our black. Do my bottom first. Okay. And if you get really, really close to your waterline, which you do need to do for that first layer, if you only do one layer or multiple, then it kind of acts as its own eyeliner for you. And then your shadows get to actually shine through your look. And I am spinning the brush as I go. Okay, so there's layer 1. I got one lash over there that doesn't want to like move away from the others. All right. And I'm going to do a second layer, which for a second layer, you don't want to go all the way down to the lash line. You want to start kind of in the middle of the lash. Because if you have too much on the bottom on your waterline, then it will just kind of build up and it will irritate your eyes. And like for me, when I move my eyes around like that, it'll touch my contacts, and then that's not a good thing. So there's that. Super simple. Lots of different options to do. So again, we did our tinted moisturizer, which helped even out the face. We did the Eyeluminator, which is eye cream with pearlizer. We did white and light concealer mixed together for our under eyes and also on our lids to help cross out blue veins. We did pink frost. You can do shadow or whisper pink or candlelight or sandstone pearl. Lots of different shadows that you can use there as well on top of that. And then again, you blend it all together with your brush. Or you can get one of our natural powders that also helps set it. So lots of things. I've got a very bright face right now. Normally I don't go to quite so much trouble brightening my face unless I just feeling like it. So, and then, yeah, it's dry. So, and nothing on the hand. So now my lips are budge proof and smudge proof, and they're a nice pretty matte color. So all sorts of things you can do. Candied Cocoa Shimmer also is really pretty on the lips. It was just a little too dark for me for today. I wanted to go a little more natural looking. So, all right, guys. Again, if you're not in the mega party, let me know and I will send you a link. Otherwise, there's lots more good stuff to come from there. And yeah, all right. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this was kind of what you needed. And if not, let me know what else you need. Thanks, guys. Bye.